So bonus 3, number 4. I think I know who you're gonna say.
This is easy. It's Kevin Huerter.
Yeah, easily.
And he's so important to this team, obviously, because with him not hitting threes against the Warriors, that kind of hurt the team when you think about it. And now you can't rely on him to, shoot, exceptional from beyond the arc every game. You got other shooters on the team to do that. And credit again to Malik Monk, who had a bounce back game against the Warriors. I think, went 3 of 6 from 3. He had a pretty nice game.
Yeah.
And but to keep this about Huerter, I mean, Huerter's just looked good. And I mean, I think defensively he is what he is. He's like still not exceptional, but he's pretty good. But he's just so good offensively. He's just such a good shooter.
Yeah. He's a sharpshooter we've lacked for a long time. Like a legit, like I trust this guy to make a 3 kind of guy. I kind of had that in Halliburton, but you wouldn't really consider him a sharpshooter in the sense Huerter is. Like I just feel like the Kings just have not had that essentially 3-and-D kind of guy that you think of Huerter as. And I mean, shoot, he looked so good against Portland. How many threes did he hit? 6?
Yeah, I think so. I got it right here.
But he's just, man. That's why we got him. And
he hit 6 of 9. 6 of 9.
It's crazy. With some clutch threes too in there. I remember he had a play where he pulled up way early in the shot clock. He dribbled it up, pulled up like 4 feet behind the line, drained it, and then got a steal and then like a transition dunk or layup or something. He's just like awesome. And yeah, easier number 4. Because not to foreshadow anything, but I'm interested to hear your 5 because I don't know if I have a clear cut 5th best player. But Huerter's easily the 4th.
Yeah, just to stick with Huerter for a second, because I was, because I think Huerter's great, and if you had like he's perfect, he's the perfect guy to be the 4th player on this team, and I would expect him to kind of stay there with kind of the top 3 being Fox, Domas, and Murray in different orders at different points in the season. We'll see, but Huerter at 4, like I expect that to be a consistent thing. He's very, very good. I was watching the Warriors broadcast against the, on Sunday. And Bob Fitzgerald, who I really liked as a sports talk radio guy when I was a kid on KMBR. I never really liked him. And I'm not dissing the guy. He just, I don't know. It's just like an interesting, especially since the Warriors been really good. He just like comes off as probably the smuggest commentary guy, TV commentary guy in the NBA. Just like, I don't know. And I get it. Like the Warriors should beat like everybody at the end of the day, but it's just like, I don't know. They just always pointing out how much better they are. And it just kind of again, it's just kind of smug and silly. And I don't know. I like Kalena Azubuike, but I was listening to them and they were talking, and I don't even know if this is a thing. I think maybe some people have said it, but we haven't said it. They were saying like, oh yeah, and everybody, Huerter's a good player. Gotta love Bob Fitzgerald. Like he's an exceptional player. He did really well in Atlanta. But people are trying to say that he's kind of like it's gonna be like Klay Thompson. He got a little bit of ways to go before you Klay. I'm like, who's saying he's like Klay Thompson? I'm like, what are you talking about? Shoot. Well, I don't know. That's probably what it is. Honestly, just kind of like they're looking at the pigment or whatever. But it's just like it's one of these things where it's just like, damn, like we're gonna be defensive about everything with this damn team. I don't know, but it's just like Huerter's super good, nonetheless. Anecdotes aside, he's really good, and we were talking about it, I think, at the beginning of the year, because he was like averaging like 12 or 13 at Atlanta.
Yeah, maybe even a little less, maybe like 11.
Yeah, and it's just like we were talking at the beginning of the season how much he's going to average. I think we were doing the over under, and which I think was set at 12.5. He had 12.1 points per game last year.
Um, and I think you took the under on it,
Mm-hmm. I did. I
and
did take the under.
I took the over, and we were talking about it, and yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about that? I just thought about that.
I don't know. We'll see how the rest. I'm still. I mean, I love Herter, and I think he's gonna be kind of like he's gonna have some really good games, and not games he's gonna be terrible. Like he was pretty bad against the Warriors, like 3 for 14, 1 for 8 from
Right.
three. I'm not saying he's gonna be like that every game, but there's gonna be some games where it's like he's a little quieter and not maybe doesn't touch the ball as much or so. I think that's. I'm assuming that's what happened in Atlanta with guys like Trey Young and John Collins, and you know, sometimes you're only able to score 11 points even when you're getting a decent amount of touches. So I'm still okay with it. We'll see how the season goes on. He played really well against the Clippers and Warriors, but um, we'll see. I'll stick with my under, but like I always say, I'm definitely hoping he hits the over.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he'll probably. I think he could get. I think he could score closer to 14 a game.
Yeah, you would hope so. You'd hope so.
Yeah, because definitely he's not gonna shoot. Like 60% from three or whatever he was doing in the first two games, hitting like all of them. It seemed like. But he's good. He's a steady player. And I think he's been playing as the starter basically the whole way through from camp through now. And it's just like I feel like he's got pretty good chemistry with Fox, and that's got to be building pretty well with Sabonis and whatnot. So yeah, he just looks good.
Looks really good.